All right, guys, welcome back. Silent Wake 5 with another video for you today. Today we're going to be taking a look at the other side of the $30 Yandoo screen. Yesterday I did a live stream featuring the black side of the Yandoo, which is, I guess in correct terms, it's the back side. But the good thing about the Yandoo screen is that if you want to experiment with a black screen and do it for way less money than something like what Kenneth Bird sells for hundreds of dollars, you're way better off starting with the $30 Yandoo, seeing if you like it, seeing if you can adjust it and make it the way that you want it. If you don't like that, you can always flip it over to this side of the Yandoo screen, and that is the silver side. And as you can see, it's not an ambient light rejection screen or anything like that. We're in the early morning here. We're not necessarily in the evening, and we're using a kind of a less than optimal projector, I would say, overall, because this is a business style projector. It's an office style projector. It's the Epson 3 LCD CO W01. It's like a 1280 by 800 res portable business projector, really meant for really tailored around brightness and color brightness, to be in those office rooms showing off web documents and graphs and all that stuff off of a computer, and not necessarily for movies. Although you can use these projectors for that purpose if you want to. Just keep in mind that the lens quality on a projector like this is going to be subpar, right? This projector in particular has a fixed lens. It's plastic or acrylic. It doesn't have a zoom, it doesn't have a tilt, it has no advanced features that you would find in other higher end, even medium and entry level home theater projectors in terms of lens quality. Lens quality is really, really important when it comes to projectors, particularly for home theater, because the better the lens handles the light from the projector, keeping excess light out, focusing that light and that corner-to-corner sharpness onto the screen, the better your results are going to be, the better perceived contrast. We're not necessarily getting that here with this particular Epson model, but for the purposes of this video, it's going to be just fine. Again, we are in, for this video, we are in the color mode Cinema. I'll go ahead and do a image reset so you can see that the only thing I'm going to change here is the actual light output from high to low, so we don't have to listen to the fan noise. But that's the only thing that's been touched here on the projector itself, so we're getting it raw as it is. And as you can see, that the projector really doesn't have any contrast, real depth to the contrast or black level, and that really again has to do with the lens of this projector. But even still, we are still able to get a nice, bright, vivid image from this projector with the Xbox One S that I'm using for streaming purposes for this demonstration. And for $30, this is a great entry-level screen. If I optimize this particular screen downstairs in my home theater room with my JVC home theater projector, the image quality would be even better, because better projector, better environment, the screen produces a really nice, smooth image. And also, again, one thing I like about it is if you're building a frame and you have the setup to do it, you can use it as an acoustic transparent screen. You can put speakers behind there and really get into that whole real cinema recreation downstairs or upstairs or in your spare room or wherever it is that you have your home cinema room. But that's what I recommend this side of the screen for. Now, this is the very same Yandoo screen that I donated some money for Minister Brother Derek to pick up. He's been using this screen for a long time now. He's enjoying the screen. He uses the black side, but he's also got videos on that channel showing this particular screen in different configurations, testing different other paints and products and stuff like that. So if you want to head over to Minister Brother Derek's channel and check that out, please feel free to do so. But yesterday I did a live stream featuring the backside, and I thought, well, it only makes sense to put something out about the other side. Because here's the thing, black screens are cool, black screens have a place, black screens have a purpose, but it's not for everybody. And the good thing about the Yandoo screen, not only that it's $30, But if you're experimenting with something like a black screen and you give it a try and it's not just for you, maybe it's still a little bit too dark, maybe the white levels aren't as bright as you like them to be or whatever, because the realistic thing is that anytime you project onto a surface that's not white and it's a darker gray or even a light gray like this, you are slightly dimming or extremely dimming the picture overall. That's just what it is. But you do that as a trade-off for better black levels or holding up in lighter environments. There is a trade-off. There is some wins and losses in that sort of perspective. So if it's not for you, you're not out of the game just yet. You can actually flip it over and use the light side. Now, when you buy a product from something like Kenneth Bird, it's a black, dingy, chalky, smelly, goopity gop crap that he sells over there, and he's made all these promises and all these make-a-wish scenarios with that product. And you spent $200, $300, $400, you're out of the game at that point. If you don't like it, it's your loss, right? You don't have another option. You can try to finagle with him and try to reach out to him and talk to him. Good luck with that. He's not the most personable guy in the world. He takes everything to heart. His whole identity is attached to that screen paint. So if you hurt his feelings, guess what? He's going to be making a video of you. He's going to be doing a live stream on you. He's going to be doxing your information. He's going to be threatening you with lawsuits and seizes of your property and all this other stuff. And he'll go on for days and days and hours talking about you as a customer, you the customer that placed your faith and trust in him and his products, got the product in, painted it on your surface, painted on your wall, your screen, or whatever it is you're using, and then you find out that, oh, all that bullshit that he was saying was basically a scam, and you got ripped off, and now you can't get your money back. And now you're dealing with this psycho who's putting your information out there. Instead of doing that, spend the $30 on the Yandoo screen. You got a couple of different options there. You can choose the black side, you can choose the silver side here, and for a starter screen, for an entry-level setup as you're just starting to get into projection perhaps, this is a good option to start from. Then you find out what you like, what your needs are for the room, how you want to upgrade your system and your setup over time. You kind of develop a game plan. You kind of develop a taste for what you want to see and how you want to experience your content. Are you more TV? Like with the NFL and basketball and TV shows and Netflix? Are you more movie and cinema where you're watching, films all the time? Are you doing more gaming? You kind of find out what you're using the system for primarily, and then you can upgrade and design your room and design your space around those needs. But as you're doing that, having a good entry-level setup really gives you something to start with. And that's what really makes something like the Yandoo screen very affordable, very attractive, because you have options. You have some features there that aren't necessarily advertised, like being acoustically transparent. And you're not out any money in the long term, because $30 is easier to lose than $200, $300, $400. So it just makes sense to start with something simple like the Yandoo screen. And again, if you want to look at more of the Yandoo screen and more of the black side of the Yandoo screen, head over to Minister Brother Derek's channel and check it out over there. If you're interested more in the Epson, you can buy this version and the 1080p version directly from Epson on eBay, refurbished, for around $300 to $400-ish, somewhere around in that neighborhood. And that is also a good starting point. They also have other office style projectors that are probably better overall and maybe even brighter on there as well, that would actually benefit the black side a little bit better. Again, the darker your screen is, the more lumens you really need to make it come to life. So just keep that in mind. So here we have the Yandoo screen, the silver side. As you can see, very natural, very bright, very colorful, working pretty well overall, and I think it's a good option for people to start off with. Thank you for your time, and we'll catch you next time.